Welcome back to Simple Builds, introducing our 99 Honda Civic. This thing's gonna undergo a complete transformation like our last car that we did, the 96. And this thing has about 108,000 miles on the body, and we got something very exciting planned for the engine. As you guys saw in the title, we're going K-swap on this one. And it's seen better days. Let me show you a little bit more about it. Looking at, Dave?
A piece of junk. Yeah, original motor, automatic.
You bought it as a project?
Motor blew, it sat, and then a buddy of mine had it for a long time. He was gonna do a project with it. He just never got around to it, so I picked it up. The goal is to finish it up, see if we can get some power out this thing again.
Segment we've all been waiting for. I'm super excited for this. Let's roll this turd outside and start cleaning it up. Hopefully it cleans up pretty nice. So let's roll it outside and get started. Okay, that took about 2 hours, believe it or not. This thing was so filthy. Look at that color. That is awesome. That is all we're gonna do in the engine bay, just a quick cleanup, because obviously this is gonna be needing a lot more work in here very soon after this engine comes out to make room for the K-swap. So let's shut this down and then we will clean up the wheels.
just finished getting all the stickers and random sticky crap off of the car. For all this rubber stuff here, use a heat gun, heat it up. That pretty much gets rid of the residue or the adhesive, and it can peel right off. And then for stuff like these stickers on glass and windshields, windows, whatever, use the all-purpose cleaner extended razor. This is going to be the easiest way. That's going to help you to remove stuff like this. Up next, we're going to power wash the door jambs. You already saw them. I'll show you the afters. You guys have seen the videos of those black lime towels. This thing is like that, but better. As you can see, there is something leaking. Oh, check that out. Looks like catastrophic failure on the D series, which you don't see very often. Looks like that is the connecting rod right there for the piston. And someone tried to push this thing a little bit too hard and did not have a good day. So this engine is obviously toast. Now let's talk a little bit more about this engine swap. We got all this stuff out here for the swap, about ready to really start cranking into this thing. And Dave is here. We're gonna do a quick rundown. He's gonna show you guys what we got for this build, what it takes to do a K-swap, something like this, the components that you'll need, and then we'll walk you through it as best we can.
We're gonna do a K-24 A2 swap, which is out of the TSX. We're gonna use the OEM 02 to 04 RSX Type S style harness with a conversion harness. We have the pedal assembly to convert it to a manual. We have a RSX Type S 6-speed transmission here from a 02 04. When you're K-swapping into an EK chassis, you're also got to change the subframe. So we have a Integra subframe down here. The ECU, you can either go with a stock type, K-series ECU. You will need a immobilizer bypass, because with those ECUs you have the security stuff.
Okay.
And so that when you're using that stock ECU, since it's not unlocked like a Honda or programmable ECU, it has that still there. So when you try to start the car, it won't. Try to buy a Honda ECU, it just makes it simpler and easy with trying to figure things out, once you get it running.
So for the K-24 A2, the trans, the pedals, and the subframe, what would they be looking at if they were trying to do the same thing?
I want to say like 35 to 4K.
So then you need the motor mounts, stuff like that, the harnesses and whatnot. What do you think this will be when this is all said and done with the proper tune and whatnot around horsepower numbers?
I want to say 235.
Okay.
Just on a stock setup. We'll upgrade the oil pump to the Type S. We'll be able to rev it out higher, which would give us better numbers.
Sick. So that is pretty much the rundown of everything that we got going in here as far as the transplant for the K-24. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other questions, and we'll try to get to them. But let's move on to the next step. All right, now we're going to tackle the interior detail. I was not daring enough to tackle it by myself, but the man that was daring enough to come help me do it, MZ Details. Explain your name, who you are, what you do.
I'm Zach. I'm an 18-year-old mobile detailer. I started off in high school, and it's going very well, and I'm here to help out and have a giveaway car ready to go.
Heck yeah. So we got some work under our belt. This is all his details right here. Feel free to hit him up. His number, his Instagram, his tag, his website, all of his services here. So we are gonna get started on taking on the big task of cleaning this thing up. Here we go. We just took the seats out, and what a surprise. Not really though, that is disgusting.
It brings you closer to awakening to who you in truth are. brings you closer to awakening to who you
Wow. Guys, check this out. This is just blowing me away. This is why you gotta hit up MZ Details. Check this out. That is the old, nasty, crusty years of dirt and garbage, and he literally is not even done with this section. This is one pass, and it's already looking back to OEM. I'm gonna let him go to town on this, finish up the rest of the interior. We're gonna throw it all back together, and then we'll touch base after that. Okay, Zach at MZ Details just took off. He finished this thing up. Turned out insane. Super stoked on the results.
form is no longer present. You are more free to make contact with the soul, especially as you are able to acknowledge your own. Do you hear that?
So the engine is out. This engine bay is pretty messy, but that's all right. We're gonna get this cleaned up real fast, and we gotta get this subframe out. I'm just starting to remove a couple things here. I removed the 2 bolts on the top of the strut there, and then I removed the side upper control arm bolts on the inside of the engine bay right here, front and back, so that this control arm and the coil or strut can come out all at once. And then I'm gonna remove the brake line off of the caliper, and then we'll go under here and see what else needs to come off and start taking this subframe out. In the meantime, we're gonna go clean up the new subframe real quick and then get it ready to swap out for this. So it is moving fast. Let's jump back into the work. Not try this at home. All right, subframe is out. I mistakenly thought that everything had to come out with the upper control arms. It's good to get it out now so we can swap everything over, whether we put that on before or after that new subframe goes up in. But this thing was definitely all kinds of nasty. You saw that Dave cleaned up the subframe already, so this is all clean, ready to go in. Looks awesome. And then we'll swap out some of this stuff. Hopefully be able to clean up some of these spindles and whatnot. Nothing that isn't working properly, but make sure it looks nice and clean before it goes back up in there as best we can to the best of our ability. So I'm gonna keep cranking away, take the front bumper off, clean out some of the stuff that we don't need, and we're gonna keep cranking away on the engine bay, making sure that all this stuff comes out that doesn't need to be in there. Yeah. So I'm here getting all this work done on this Civic. Meanwhile, this guy. Oh man. And he's back just in time. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. right, so that is 2 full spindles disassembled. It looks so nasty, all these gross parts here, but it is pretty cool to see. I love doing stuff like this, just disassembling cars and you know, refreshing them, making them better. So we're about to bring these over. Dave has a contact that has a sandblaster. We should probably look into getting one sometime soon, but we're gonna bring them over to him. He's gonna help us sandblast all these parts, and we're obviously gonna get new brakes, pads and rotors, but like the caliper brackets and the calipers and the spindles themselves, all that stuff was gonna get cleaned up as best as we can. Really excited to see these parts transform, so I'll update you guys in the next clip. Well, that was very fast. As you can see, there is no parts on the table. We just got them all back from our friends over at Powder to Perfection in West Creek, New Jersey. So make sure to hit them up. Now check out how these parts turned out. Really stoked on how all these parts turned out. Once again, shout out to our friends at Powder to Perfection. Screenshot here if you want to reach out to them. They helped us to sandblast all these parts. Now the next step obviously is to paint, because when you sandblast, you cannot leave it bare because it will rust if you leave it out into the open for too long. So we literally just got these parts back. I'm gonna do my best to do a little DIY paint job, make them look nice and clean. We'll hang them up on the hanger over there and give these guys a fresh coat of black on pretty much everything here. So it's gonna look nice and OEM and pretty much stealth. It'll all blend in and it'll look really good. So let's jump onto that. Let's start assembling this. I'm super stoked on how these parts turned out. Guys, we're leveling up. I mean, we are doing the best that we can within a budget so that you guys can get realistic results and you can follow this same process that we are doing, trying to show you the whole process along the way. So super excited about how this is turning out. So let's start throwing some of these parts back onto the car.
All right, so obviously a ton more work has to be done, but this car is coming along really nicely. We got the brakes all figured out. Obviously we gotta get axles and whatnot. We gotta get some more bolts, ball joints and stuff, but it's coming together super nicely.
So on today's episode, we're finishing up putting the suspension back together that we got cleaned up and sandblasted and painted by Seth. Before he left, we had to make him do a little bit of work before he goes to have some fun. So we're gonna finish that, get the car rolling today, and hopefully get it out and power wash the engine bay up, clean it up, and get the mounts in. Get it ready for the motor to go in and keep it moving. Stay tuned. Well, we broke a bolt inside the rusty rear suspension, so we're gonna do some modifying and we're gonna cut it out. Probably gonna have to get new rear arms anyway, because it seems like the bolt is somehow seized in the arm. So we're gonna grind it off, and we're not using this suspension anymore, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna try and get this out.
There you go.
Finally have the rear coil out. And we actually didn't destroy it, so it is actually reusable, and hopefully we don't have to grind this one out. But
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. We're just gonna spray PV blaster on some of these bolts, because as you guys can tell, we're having some trouble with them. But we're getting there. Put a little bit of heat on it, heat it up. Hopefully it will help let that bolt come out. Make sure you don't burn your car down. A little bit of heat and it's out. And that is out. Got the suspension back on, wrapped up. Just enough to get the wheels on and get the car rollable so we can roll it out and power wash the bay, get the mounts in. Let's keep going, get it ready for the motor. After we do all that, then we gotta clean up get us some of this wiring that we don't need out of here. We're gonna keep rolling. All right, now we're gonna power wash the bay. Now that we got it back rolling, clean everything up in here, get it ready for the mounts and everything, get it prepped up. You know, with the motor out, it makes it the easiest to do it. Might as well, the car sat for a while. As you can see, it's really dirty. We're gonna spray some degreaser on it and let it soak up for a few and then just power wash it out. So we cleaned up the bay, we washed it up. Again, it looks way better than it was. We used a little bit of just basic degreaser and a little scrub brush. We're gonna mount up the mounts, make sure they fit all in spots where they're supposed to go, and remove some of this wiring out, this original wiring, because we don't need it anymore. With the K-Series setup, we're gonna use the K-Series engine harness, adapted to the EK chassis. We're gonna keep going. So that's the mounts mocked up. We just mocked it up just to see, make sure everything bolts up where it should, everything's good to go. So again, we're gonna keep moving on. I'll take out the brackets and stuff just to get it out the way. We just wanna make sure everything's mocking up and fitting right. We're gonna move on to the wiring next, get all this wiring out of here that we're not gonna be using anymore. We're gonna start putting on and assembling the motor and getting it ready to go in. We're gonna put the transmission on, mount that up, and keep going.
friends over at Tires Mobile Service are here to get the new tires on these things. That's why I oversprayed on these. So let's open it up and let them do their thing. All right, Tires guy just took off and we are now left with the new tires. We got some Falcon Sincera 195/55 R15, same size that came off, but brand new tires for you guys. So these things should be able to grip up nicely and obviously perform well and be safe for you guys on the road. So wanted to make sure that that was taken care of. stuck in there?
On today's episode of Simple Builds.
Motor's pretty much in. Harness is ran. Just a few more things to button up, a few more parts to go in, and need time to make it run. But right now, she's sitting where she's supposed to be sitting.
All right, up next, we just got a package arrived in the mail. An exciting part of the Honda Civic K-swap. We're gonna open this up and check it out. We got some brand new OEM headlights. So super stoked to put these in. We're probably gonna put them in and then take them back out just so they don't get scratched up, but I do wanna see what they look like. Plugged in on here with the K-swap in there, so it'll start to come together slowly. Or maybe I'll just install them and keep the plastic wrapping over them to keep them protected. Let's take these things out and throw them on real quick. Really excited about these. Let's go ahead and take this plastic wrap off and get a better picture of what this front end's gonna look like. We got some new fog light stuff on the way, should be coming later in this video. I'm hoping that they arrive soon. And then we have a new front lip as well coming for that. So that's gonna be gloss black. And I think it's gonna look real nice with the wheels gloss black and a couple of the black accents with like the carbon fiber mirrors there. So really excited this thing's gonna come together. Let's take this plastic wrap off and see what it looks like. All right, there we go. New headlights are in and the plastic is off. You can really get a good picture of what it's gonna start to come out like. Super excited about these. About $100 on eBay and you can have brand new headlights for these Civics. That is why I love these things and they make a huge difference. Look at this. Another part that I'm really excited about that just came in from eBay. This was the old one. I don't know if I got a clip of me taking it out, but very ripped up, kind of just destroyed, graffiti all over for some reason, not sure why. But we found this one on eBay. It's not perfect, has a small rip in it, but it's definitely way better than the last one. Completely clean here on the inside. So we're gonna chuck this new one in, and once it's folded up like that, it's gonna be nice and tucked up out of the way, and much better than this one. So once again, excited about this. Picked this up on eBay. 60 bucks for this piece of crap, but oh well. That's what you get with specialty parts, kind of, you know, like this that you can't really find. So let's chuck this in real quick. All right, here we go, moment of truth. Plug that on, flip it up. Look at that. Okay, well, it's a little bit ugly, but it'll have to do. It works. Sun visor, you got yourself a mirror. So up next, you saw I put the plastic covers over the headlights. Now we just got another part in, which is the fog lights, because the wiring harness from the fog lights going back was a mess, and we needed some new bracketry and whatnot. So everything on here is for the fog lights, because as you see, these ones are kind of falling out, misaligned, and a bit ugly. Nice. All right, next clip, we're gonna start on the front splitter here because the fog lights are not going as planned. The previous owner went crazy and started chopping away a bunch of this stuff here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with the fog lights because all the brackets are stripped out with the screws and they're rusted away. So I'm gonna have to order a new bracket on the centerpiece that it didn't come with. So a lot of these screws are stripped because I need to use this existing bracket, and the new kit only comes with one of the parts of the bracket, I think. Oh, it does come with the whole thing. So I didn't even need to take that off. Well, we'll come back to that. I want to start on this, painting this. So we'll probably swap out and see what you guys think about the fog lights. I might just put the bezels in, but no fog lights, because I'm not a huge fan of the yellow in there, and you know, getting to sit right. And then if we do use the fog light, then we can use it. If we don't, we can take it off if you guys don't want it. I don't know, I'm not crazy about the yellow fog lights, but oh well, we'll figure that out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And this front lip, and we're gonna paint this gloss black, because I'm pretty sure this is just a regular boring gray. So I want this to match up, look nice. So let's get this thing unwrapped, sanded down, and then sprayed in a gloss black. We just unpacked it and we scored big time, boys. I totally forgot that I ordered gloss black already. So no painting required. This thing's gonna look awesome. We get to slap it right up on there. This is the Mugen style front splitter or front lip. I believe it's the same one that we used on the last Civic giveaway car, and I absolutely love this style and the look of these. So we're gonna throw that on. We got our very handy, famous bumper quick release from Carbon Kings. Dave picked this up for us at Honda Day. So really excited to have a new one of these. These were way outdated, and I don't feel like there's another better option other than just get a new one and continue to use these. Although they're not my favorite whatsoever, but it's what we got to work with. So let's put these on and see if we can smack this bumper back up on there. Long time coming. The exterior, I think, is pretty much wrapped up on this car. Super excited. We still got a little ways to go, but I want to show you guys what it turned out like right now. So I ended up not throwing the fog lights back in. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think it looks really good without the fogs. I don't use them all the time. We don't live in a super foggy area, but they are sometimes cool with the yellow fogs, but I honestly personally like it without it. Well, let me know what you guys think. I think it's cool without them. I don't think they're super necessary, and probably gonna leave them off and return that kit, save myself 50 bucks. So let me know what you guys think. This is the moment I've been waiting for. You guys have been waiting for a very long time. The car is pretty much just about wrapped up. We got it over here at AceWorks. They helped us out a ton with this car to finish it up, do the finishing touches. There is also some pretty cool features on here that I'm excited to show you. So we're gonna jump on with those guys and I'll let them tell you about it. Carlos is gonna give us a quick rundown here at AceWorks of what they did to finish this thing up, and you guys will see what is all done to this thing, so that it is a good car for you guys, and when one of you takes it home, you can be confident that this thing's not gonna pretty much randomly just die on you. So check it out.
Okay, so we took care of the belt situation, air filter, radiator situation that he had. We mounted it all up. Exhaust piping, the ECU, new battery, mounted up his fuel pressure regulator, and also took care of a little axle situation that he had. Whoever wins this car is gonna be confident enough that take it from here to Florida and back, and ain't gonna have no issues at all. Exhaust, we basically did a 3-inch flex pipe and a Greddy 3-inch to 4-inch exit.
Heck yeah, and that sounds really good. I will show you guys that a little later in the video. Super healthy motor, so go ahead. Woo-hoo-hoo! Heck yeah. Oh, it sounds so good. And then one other thing that I guess, did you guys code that in? These guys set up a little surprise for you guys, so check this out. Oh my God, that is so loud. Oh, my ears. So, oh, the smoke alarm.
There's a little two-step mode on there for you guys, and that is insanely loud. Oh my God. Thank you so much to the guys at AceWorks for hooking it up and helping us get this thing back on the road. So without further ado, check out how it turned out. So a little bit more about this K-24 Civic. I want to tell you guys some more of the stuff that we did, go a little bit more into detail, into depth. First, about the suspension, we are on Skunk 2, I think it is, coilovers, and completely refreshed up front brakes and suspension up front. We have brand new pads and rotors. In the back, we have brand new lower control arms. And then as far as the exhaust goes, I'll plug in this clip right here because I know I mentioned it.
On the exhaust, we basically did a 3-inch flex pipe and a Greddy 3-inch to 4-inch exit.
Heck yeah. So we have that full exhaust setup. We also have some brand new tires on this car. These are Falcon tires. They're 195/55 15s. As far as the interior goes, obviously, you guys know we swapped the transmission for a manual transmission. Fresh seats, obviously, we have seat belts and everything. All interior is put together, and these seats are in pretty mint condition. This body does have only 100,000 miles or so on the body. Now, bear with me because I don't know everything about Hondas. I just know that I really enjoy the platform, and I had a bunch of help piecing this thing together so it can be an awesome car for you guys. And just like you guys, I'm learning along the way. So obviously what we do have in here is the K-24 A2. This is out of, I believe, the TSX, and then we got an intake pipe. I know some of you guys were complaining about the routing, but honestly, these are always hot air intakes anyways. They're never really cold. If the new owner wants to reroute this piping here and drop it right here, you know, they can do that, but that for now will do the job. And we also have a brand new master cylinder for the brakes and brand new brake booster. We got a new clutch master cylinder, a Bull Boost Performance fuel pressure regulator. We got some Hasport motor mounts all around, brand new fluids all around. So obviously that is all the necessary supporting modifications that go into it. Brand new battery, charge harness, all of these harnesses and wires are all brand new. And then we also obviously have this 6-speed manual transmission out of the 02 to 04 RSX Type S, and all the supporting mods to transfer that over with the Integra subframe. So I believe that is everything that went into this car to K-swap it with the K-24 A2, probably one of the best K motors from what I've been hearing. And obviously the car is not for going fast in a straight line. It's just a fun analog experience with the 6-speed manual. Still feels factory enough to be daily drivable. Got a lot of torque.
So that is it for the driving clips. Give you guys a little more in car experience. Super fun. Absolutely love this car. I don't know which one we're gonna do next, but I'm gonna try to keep the content fresh, exciting, fun, and you guys can let me know down in the comments what you would like to see as a giveaway car. I was throwing around the idea of doing my GTI as another giveaway, but obviously you guys, most of you know how that thing ended up. Definitely sucked, but oh well, we'll find something else. So let me know what you guys want to see as the next giveaway car.